He's Britain's hard man. It's Ross Kemp, and he's seen it all.
We say hard man. He's a really lovely guy, to be honest.
A bit softy.
He's a bit. He gives great cuddles as well. The actor, well, not that he probably wants us to say that. The actor and BAFTA-winning documentary maker is teaming up with veterans and volunteers to show support for those who have put their lives on the line for us.
Yeah, Ross joins us now. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
We're going to talk about this great charity work you're doing for Help for Heroes, but first, we just want to talk about Dame Barbara.
Yeah.
Because you put out the picture of you and her. And
saw her on Monday. Went round.
She's just...
I went round for a cup of tea, and I was there for 3.5 hours. You know, I think her and her husband, Scott, have been very brave, putting it out there, and hopefully it will help other people with the same condition be more open about it.
I think you're absolutely right. In fact, I was speaking to someone from the Alzheimer Society just a couple of days ago who said it is incredible when someone of that profile is open and honest about what's happening to them. So many other people get in touch to say, actually, you know what, that might be happening in my family. No one should be under pressure to come to you know, be public about it if they don't want to.
No, but I think what she's done is very brave. She's got a great husband in Scott who's been very supportive. And I think it will help others, if they want to talk about it, to be able to. And I think the more we talk about any issue in our life, the better we are dealing with it. And not only just the people that are directly affected, also people around them.
Is she doing all right?
Yeah,
we adore her.
Honestly, I went, that's in a house. I went there for a cup of tea. I had 5 cups of tea, 3 shortbread biscuits, which I'm not supposed to have on my diet, and I laughed a lot.
Endlessly.
Yeah.
So she's still in great form.
She always, you know, she's got this great ability. When she walks through that front door, she's on.
And just radiates.
When I came round, it was, you know, it was like seeing my second mum. So
amazing. Well, we're really, really glad that you posted that and you could talk about it. And we're sending all our love to Barbara and Scott, of course.
Yeah.
It's an important day for you today as well, though. Today is collection day for Help for Heroes.
Yeah, really important at the moment. Every day, 7 members of our armed forces leave because of medical issues. And charities like Help for Heroes in particular are not seeing the funds that they used to raise, particularly when Afghan was on in Iraq. So more people need help. They've put their lives on the line for us, and I think we owe them, and we should help them as much as we possibly can. So we'll be travelling around with the help of TfL around different stations, King's Cross, Liverpool Street, Waterloo, Paddington, and stations in between, trying to encourage people who are travelling today to help people who have helped us.
I mean, absolutely right. I know that some people have accused charities of overplaying the PTSD problem.
On the increase. It's on the increase.
Because we're not at conflict at the moment. I mean, I think that's such a shocking thing to...
It's gone up. There's more people...
There are people suffering.
There are more people in need of help now than there was last year. That's a fact. And because we're able to talk about it, more people are coming forward. And you know, the great thing about tackling mental health is it's preventative. If you do something about it now, it stops it becoming worse, not only for that person, but for their family and for their friends.
The reality for you as well, though, Ross, you've been front line with a lot of these guys and you've seen firsthand what they're going through and then having to reacclimatise when they come back.
Very difficult.
You can see how tough it is.
It's very difficult, particularly when you leave that family, that band of brothers. That's what the great thing is about Help for Heroes. It creates another band of brothers and sisters. It gives you somewhere to go. It gives you someone to talk to who has had shared experiences. You know, you can imagine leaving, being medically discharged from the Army or the Air Force or the Navy, after having that close-knit community around you, and suddenly you're miles from that. You may be FaceTiming, but it's not the same as having that close physical contact. And you can't release the things that you're feeling.
There, when you've shared
so
that
that's
experience.
where Help for Heroes is brilliant. Not only physically, mentally, but also creating that bond and keeping that community going.
Yeah, it's such important work. You are back, well, literally in the line of fire, apparently. There's a new documentary you're researching, isn't there?
Yeah, contrary to some of the quotes that have been put out there by certain people in the media, it's not like being in Afghanistan, being in Birmingham. I never said that. I said I'm wearing the same body armour that I wore in Iraq and Syria, and that's a worry to me, doing that in the UK.
It feels like we've got a real problem at the moment.
We have an increase in knife crime, we have an increase in gun crime, and this is looking at gun crime. I'd like to make another one about knife crime. But at the moment, this is looking at gun crime. It's on the increase. I get to speak to an arms dealer who's bringing guns into the country illegally. And that has to be a massive concern because that's on the increase. So we're looking at the amount of firearms that are on our streets. The only increase we've seen in policing in the last 7 years, remember we lost 20,000 police officers off our streets, has been in that area. And I think they were brought in to help with the terrorist threat, and what they're actually doing is tackling drug dealers and organised crime groups who are now arming themselves.
Yeah.